Let's talk about what really happens when you stop forcing a life that doesn't fit. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today, as you see, we're filming at night. It's currently 12 a.m. Yeah, I don't know why this sudden change of filming at night, but I got really inspired by the moon. So, I'm leaving university and also my country and starting all over again completely, which kind of sounds dramatic, like I'm escaping some double life. I'm not. I'm just someone who realized that sticking with a life that looks good but feels awful is not the flex I thought it was. So here's the truth: why I'm dropping out, why I'm moving to another country in 1 week, and why starting over might be the best or the dumbest thing I've ever done. And if you've ever felt stuck in a place that's supposed to be the best years of your life, but instead feels like a slow, soul-sucking documentary on how to become miserable, let me walk you through my story and maybe I will help you with yours. Let's rewind a bit. After high school, I didn't rush straight to university like everyone else. I took a gap year, which was honestly one of the best or worst, I still cannot decide, decisions I've ever made. I wanted time to breathe, to figure things out, to be sure about what I was doing next. And after a year of overthinking and working, because I had to survive somehow, I landed on architecture, or more specifically, urban planning. Since I was little, I was passionate about painting and drawing and sketching, and I was always thinking like, maybe when the time will come to go to university, I will pick architecture. Like, it was a backup plan I always had, but as the time has shown, it didn't work out. So urban planning, it sounded right, it was creative, something I always liked, I respected. It sounded like something that would impress everyone, and if not that, then I was just pressured because the deadline for application was approaching and I would be losing another year of not starting a degree and wondering what's the correct path to take. So then, from the second I started, not something but everything felt wrong. At first, I thought it was normal adjustment stuff. New city, new people, new schedules. But weeks passed, then months, and while everyone else seemed to be thriving, forming friendships, decorating their dorms, sketching in their little notebooks like their life depended on it, I wasn't. I just wasn't. I kept asking myself, is that it? Why do I feel like I'm the only one who hates this? Did I seriously waste my entire gap year just to make the wrong decision again? I tried to make it work. I smiled in the group projects. I tried to make friends. I told myself it would be better. It didn't. Slowly, I started pulling back. I stopped showing up. First emotionally, then literally. My face expression was permanently set to "don't talk with me." It was like my brain was constantly yelling, "get me out of here." That's how disconnected I felt. To be completely honest, I hated the environment, the classes, the people, even the teachers. And eventually I started hating myself too, for not being able to just push through it like everyone else seemed to do. And then it came the thought I tried to ignore. What if I left? What if I started over somewhere else? I have stayed 8 months working in the UK when I took my gap year, but then I felt so homesick, so I returned back home. Now I started imagining, what if I moved back there and started over? What if I start a new university? To be honest, I'm not a really big fan of universities and the studies nowadays because I knew how it would be before I started this uni. I knew I would hate the classes and the teachers and how the system works, because nobody gives a fuck about actually teaching you valuable lessons. Nobody. They just don't care. But unfortunately, I think I need a degree, because how I'm gonna survive? How am I gonna find a job without a degree? That's the question. Okay, so I was like, what if I move back there? Just start a new university? What if I finally feel like I belong? But of course the panic came first. What if it's worse? What if I regret it? What if it's just a me problem and not a wrong path problem? What if I disappoint my mom? She didn't actually throw a party at the idea of me moving out again. She didn't say no, but she also didn't say, go live your dreams, my daughter. It was more like, if that's what you want, which in mom language means I'm scared for you, but I'm trying not to project it. Still, the idea stuck, and it grew, because I knew if I stayed, I'd be slowly erasing myself just to make it to graduation. And then I had this other annoying thought that wouldn't leave me alone. What if I actually did it? Now let's be clear, I'm terrified. I'm constantly doubting and overthinking. What if I move and I absolutely hate it? What if I can't handle being alone? I stayed alone before, but alone for a very long period of time, never. What if I can't find a job, or a place, or even the right train? What if I come back home in 3 months with nothing but just a bunch of tears and 2 suitcases full of crushed dreams? These aren't just passing thoughts, they're loud and consistent, and I'm still wondering and doubting, and I told myself that even if I'm scared, even if I doubt, even if I don't know what the fuck will happen, I still have to do it, because I will regret staying here and wondering what would have happened. What would have happened if I just left and did what I wanted to do? And so I had to ask myself, what's scarier? Failing at something new, or staying stuck in something that's already sucking the life out of you? Because honestly, I already felt like I was failing. At least this version of failure might come with better coffee and a British accent and a lot of multicultural experience. So I did it. I'm moving in 1 week. And no, I don't have all the answers. Not even half. Not even 10%. I don't have a dream flat lined up because I don't have the money for that. And I will need to be doing not apartment hunting like you probably saw on big influencers channels, but room hunting. Room hunting. Because let's be honest, I'm a broke 20 years old. Broke is an understatement. Understatement. Yeah. Let's continue anyway. I also don't know exactly what job I will have and if I will have. But for the first time in a long time, I feel excited. More nervous than excited actually. I'm choosing discomfort, uncertainty, and a complete restart over being comfortable and deeply unhappy. I'm choosing to bet on myself, even if I don't know what exactly that looks like yet. So here's where I am now. Still stressed, still packing, still anxious, all the best things in life. Still unsure of 90% of my life, but I'm doing it anyway. Maybe I will find my place. Maybe I will hate it. Or maybe I will realize I have just been really good at running away. And now that I think about it, I really am. Maybe this is your sign. Ask yourself, am I staying out of comfort or out of fear? What if things don't get better unless I do something different? You don't have to drop out or move countries, but you do owe yourself honesty. I don't know if this will work out, but I know I'm done settling. So keep watching to see what happens next. I'm also very curious if I thrive or totally crash. You'll be the first to know. Either way, this is just the beginning. So if you guys enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!